Well, hey y'all, welcome to a Tennessee Thirsty Thursday on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. And I'm sitting out here on my front porch today, y'all. I've been out working in the garden and the sun's out and it's hot and I'm hot and sweaty and I'm done for the day. And I decided it's time to make a few beer videos. Well, what I've got for you today is a brew from my buddy at work, Ralph Fitzmaurice. And he lives in Manchester, Tennessee. And there just so happens to be a brewery there. And it's Common John's Brewing Company in Manchester. And he brought me 6 different brews from Common John's that are brewed here in Tennessee. And I'm just tickled to death to shout out some Tennessee breweries. I have never had a Common John's brew. And he sent me a text the other day and said, "Hey, have you tried any Common John's?" I said, "No, I've heard of it, but I ain't never been there." He said, "Well, I'm going to bring you some." So he brought me some. And today we're going to be reviewing the Common John's Heathen Child Vienna Style Lager. And on the side of it says, "I'm the one Mama warned you about." This is a 5.6% ABV. Enjoy cold, and it is ice cold. 20 IBUs, government warning, all that kind of good garbage. I don't see a website for Common John's on this can here. Around the collar of the can it says blue collar, white collar, no collar. Common John's. There is I guess it's at Common John BC. I don't know what I don't never use that kind of stuff, so I don't know what that is. But anyway, so it's a Vienna style lager, and I was like, you know what? I don't even know exactly what a Vienna style lager is, so I had to look it up on Google. I'm gonna read y'all this because this is kind of interesting because I didn't know. You know, I just love beer, and anyway, it says a Vienna lager is an amber lager known for its balanced malt flavors, subtle hop presence, and clean, crisp finish. It's a reddish brown to a coppered colored beer with a medium body and slight malt sweetness. Vienna lagers are characterized by flavors of toasted bread, caramel, and nuttiness, with a hint of toffee and a crisp, dry finish. The history is a Vienna lager originated in Austria in the 1840s and was brewed using Vienna malt, new pale modified toasty malt style. It gained popularity in Austria before being supplanted by golden lagers and more mass-produced beers. The style found a resurgence in Mexico, where it is often considered a dark lager or even a Munich Dunkel. Many modern dark Mexican beers that would have been called Vienna lagers back in the day now fall into the international amber or international dark lager categories, whatever the hell that means. As far as a brewing process, a traditional Vienna lager is brewed using a 3-step decoction boiling process. Malts used include Vienna, Munich, Pilsner, and Dextrin, with wheat sometimes included. Noble hops are used subtly, and the resulting beer has a crisp quality and toasty flavor and some residual caramel-like sweetness. So I thought that was interesting, and I thought that I would share that with y'all because, hell, I didn't know. You asked me what a Vienna lager is, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. Now I can kind of tell you what it is. Anyway, Common John Heathen Child Vienna Style Lager, Manchester, Tennessee. So let's see what we've got here. We're looking for a copper tone type brew, a little darker. Boy, that's a beautiful color, man. It's not necessarily copper, but it's a darker brew. Got a nice head on it. Let's see if we can get a whiff of it. Okay, so I can see it's got a roasty, toasty kind of aroma, almost a Marzen type aroma coming off of it. It's a little bit lighter than I would consider a Marzen. A lot of Marzens are a little darker, but it kind of has the similar color to a Marzen. And that aroma reminds me of a Marzen. And y'all, Marzen's not my favorite style beer. I like them, but I don't necessarily go out of my way, when Marzen season comes around to grab a bunch of them. They're okay, but they're not my favorite. But man, that's a pretty brew, man. Look at that. Beautiful. It's like a dark gold to me, rather than a copper, or like a real dark gold. Bubbles are kind of coarse around the edges, a little finer in the top. Let's get this a little bit more off in there. I'm sitting out here on my front porch. Common John. Now, Manchester, Tennessee, I'm in Bell Buckle. Manchester is probably maybe 30 minutes from me. I really need to go visit that brewery there. I think they have a tap room, where they serve food and they serve it on tap and all that kind of stuff, and then you can buy it in cans too. So I need to go by there sometime, do a review there at the tap room. That'd be cool. Beautiful brew. Let's get a taste of that. Well, shoot. My head keeps dissipating before I get a chance to taste of it. Get a taste of it real quick. Kind of reminds me of a Marzen, just a little bit. Not detecting any bitterness at all in the head. But man, that is a pretty brew. Look at that. Pretty brew. It seems to have just a touch of haze to it. I don't know if y'all can tell it or not. I've got glare on my camera. It's just a gorgeous day out here, man. It's a perfect day to enjoy a brew or two. So, this Common John's Heathen Child Vienna style lager is for all American workers. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do to provide for yourselves and families, pay your own damn way, just like I do. Cheers, brothers and sisters. I love y'all. Okay, so I got kind of a Marzen aroma and a little bit of a Marzen flavor in the head. The body itself is like a very weak Marzen, but it's extremely smooth and easy to drink. 5.6% ABV. This is a good brew, in my opinion. I mean, of course, I've been out working. I'm hot and sweaty and tired and kind of wanting a brew pretty bad. So when you're in that kind of situation, just about any beer tastes good. Whether it's a bad beer or not. But I don't think this is a bad beer. This is a good beer, actually. A little bit of haze to it, but man, just smooth and easy. I'm going to give a can a swish. Let's see if that does anything. Because it's already a little bit hazy. I don't know if that made any difference or not. I'm fixing to hold it up and find out. The wind's blowing out here, so hopefully it won't mess me up too bad. It might have made a little bit of difference. I don't think it made much, so it's just got a little bit of haze to it. Alright, so it's not the most outstanding brew I've ever had, but it is very smooth and very easy to drink, man. I'm telling you what, it just goes down easy. It's a little bit weak, in my opinion. The flavor's a little bit on the weak side, but I don't care. It's still good. I'm gonna score it a B+. That's what I'm gonna score this one. And the only reason I'm scoring it a B+ is because that it's the flavor is just kind of weak. It's not got it tastes like a weak Marzen, where if it had a little bit more of a bold, a little bit more richness to it, I could score it a little bit higher. It's just a little bit on the weak side flavor-wise, but it sure does go down smooth and easy. So I think I'm gonna stick with a B+ on it. All right, y'all. That's been a Tennessee Thirsty Thursday this week. I'll be back tomorrow for a Fridays Are For You. I went to Murfreesboro yesterday to see grandkids, and while I was down there, I picked up some new brews I'm gonna do for you. So I'll have something new for you tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned. Take care. I love and appreciate y'all. Cheers.